Hey yo guys, Nat here from Jamaican Upscotch Mafia here with Kurt today.
Yo,
He's in the
what's doing?
background on the old Skype. And we have a quick discussion or update for you in the Japanese metagame. Bushiroad, it was announced yesterday that there would be a Vanlist, Banlist, restriction list, whatever you want to call it.
I like that van list. It's called a
Vanlist.
van list.
I started that. You heard it here first, voice. I swear to God, if anyone takes credit for that, I'll stab a small Ethiopian boy. Um, Basically, this only affects 3 clans at the moment. That's Oracles, Kagero, and Royal Paladins. And what it is you any of the cards you see on this list here, you cannot run two or more. Or you can only run two of any combination. So basically, you can only run one MLB and one Wingle Brave, or two MLB, or two King of Knights Alfred. So you can't run two of each. It's two of those 3 cards, which is an interesting restriction list. We haven't seen it before in like Yu-Gi-Oh or anything, and up until now, Bushiroad hasn't really hinted a ban list other than anything outside Barkle as the starter. So it's interesting to see. This effectively kills off the Draconic Overlord the end deck, as you can't use the you can even if you don't use Conroe as the starter, you can only use 2 Draconic Overlords, so the threat of the Persona Blast isn't constant. So they do lose out on that, and the Tsukiyomi deck is pretty much dead because they can't use Tom, they can't use Godhawk, and they can only use one in Tsukiyomi if you choose not to run 2 Toms. So, Kurt, your thoughts on this van list as such?
I actually think the concept of the list is pretty cool. Like,
as in only
the
limiting.
people have paid like lots of money for their cards and shit. I mean, that sucks because we came into Vanguard assuming that everything was going to be balanced. Well, maybe not coming into it assuming that, but from past things, the only thing that ever really got banned was Barkhorn. That was for fairly good reason.
And that wasn't even banned in the English game. So.
No, it wasn't. It took a while for them to do that, and we thought they learned from that. And since it's been like, how many sets that?
Oh, fuck. That was what,
set
2. That was set 2, 3. So
6 sets.
Yes, about coming up to 6 set. Set 9's just been released as of
7.
a couple of days.
I'm sure
2 days ago.
But regardless, yeah. I think it's good for the game. The fact that it'll make versatility and new ideas for these deck types come up.
Yeah,
like, and hard for people to do it, but
for those people who have only run like the Tsukiyomi build, it gives them a chance to experiment more with the other cards in the clan. Same with Kagero. I think we'll maybe see a rise of Goku decks instead of Overlord the End decks.
Which would be pretty cool.
It doesn't really hurt Royal Paladin too much. I mean, as far as I know, you never really run more than 2 Alfred anyway.
No, that's right.
Wingle Brave has been the starter of choice there for a lot of decks, and losing the 2 MLBs if you're going to run just the 2 MLB, it does hurt the consistency a bit. But I don't think it's as bad as it could have been for Royal Paladin.
Absolutely. Kagero and Oracle think are taking a massive hit, especially with Silent Tom to 2.
Yeah. Well, you're quite happy with that, aren't you?
Yeah. I had to get another Silent Tom to complete my playset. Had 3, down to 2. What's doing? Vanlist got a spare Silent Tom.
Not a problem at all. A quick update on that. Kurt is probably going to run the Amaterasu builds.
Amaterasu toolbox
build. All right. With Splashed and Gentle Jim because he's a sick cunt. But we'll get to that deck list when we get to it.
Yeah.
We are going to get those set 9 boxes eventually. Probably
Friday.
Yeah, it'll be up soon.
Like right now.
Anyway, so basically, what this says for the current meta is Draconic Overlord was at the top, one of the top tier decks. Same with MLB, and Tsukiyomi was. I'm not sure that it was top tier, but it was played by a lot of the Japanese players at the recent qualifiers and stuff. So that may have been.
I thought it was very interesting they did that instead of say Coco.
I think the Coco build was the one that topped, and they didn't do anything to that. But what this effectively does is Draconic Overlord the End is not top tier anymore. Neither is the Tsukiyomi build. That really will only see play in traditional or like fun games between your friends.
Yeah,
Because
exactly. Right.
you can't build the deck. It's pretty much impossible.
Feel free to prove us wrong. It'd be pretty ace.
No,
to
no,
see
go
what
for
time
it. By all
on
means,
something, you know.
try out the support. But I just can't see any way of it being viable without Tom's, who's one of your best grade 2.
Yeah.
So
In saying that, though, what do you think are going to be the next threats for the
next threats for the
meta?
meta? Well, Gold Paladin, which is obvious. A lot of people question why that didn't get hit. It may be something to do with set 10, set 11 with the with the return of the Royal Paladins, Shadow Paladins, and stuff. So not exactly sure what they're going to do with that, but maybe they just wanted to clear Royal Paladins out of the way for now. Otherwise, I think we talked about it. Sephiroth builds could go up with the Dragonic Overlord at the end isn't going to see as much play, so maybe the rise of the Sephiroth deck is upon us as such.
I think so.
Um,
The only real thing that could really stop them is a bad matchup. I mean, Dragonic Overlord at the end was an amazing matchup because it was 13 base, all that good stuff.
yeah,
And
it hit those
Goku and stuff. So
it hit those magic
yeah,
numbers, and yeah. Otherwise, Narukami with their new cross ride, the Blood, that'll definitely be up there. It's one of the most feared ultimate breaks after Platinum Azel, I'd say. Any other
I'd
cross
agree with
rides?
that. That's fair.
Any other cross rides you see that'll be up there?
Not so much a cross ride, but we were discussing this the other day that I really think Shiryoku with the new Murakami is going to be really, really strong.
You can see out in Australia, the Murakami Null Guard has gone up from like $8 to $20, and Shiryuku as a double rare is worth about as much as a Null Guard. In case you didn't know its effect, it's Limit Break, Counterblast 1, and it's a Persona Blast. You discard 1, and you lower the attacking unit's attack by 20k. So that is a double. It's a double Mandala Lord. So we will have a deck list on that up as well.
Yeah.
But we think it will be top tier. It's a very good deck.
Well, it's got a really good matchup against Glory Maelstrom too, because it gets around that card's ultimate break, which is actually pretty good.
Which is slightly upsetting. I've shed a few tears over it on occasion. Glory.
It just is such a strong ability. It'll stop the blood. It'll stop Spectral, Duke, Dragons, Counterpart, Crimson Jailer.
Crimson Jailer. Yeah, Crimson Jailer is Limit Break 4, Counterblast 2, Retire 2, and it gains 10k in a crit. So it's Suedo, Phantom Blaster Dragon, but 10k. Oh, well, no possibility of it going to 11. So yeah. With that being said, Chrome Jailer. The Chrome Jailer Spectral Duke Dragon builds are interesting. Glory Maelstrom, do you think that'll be top tier? Or Aquaforce?
It's hard to say. I think it really does depend on the player piloting the deck.
Yeah, I will agree with that.
And just knowing when to ride your Glory Maelstrom and when to keep beating down with just regular Maelstrom.
It is a late... AJ's discussed this, that... AJ and I have discussed this, is a lot of the new Limit Break cards are late game.
Yeah.
So they aren't so much defensive as they are offensive when you're on 5 damage. As well, bringing up the new Super Beast Deity, Illuminal Dragon. We don't know why this card isn't worth more, because for a Counterblast 3, just by attacking the Vanguard, you can stand 2 rear guards.
I think it's going to be the sleeper deck of the meta.
If you have the grade 1 Beast Deity, the new one boosting the new grade 2, that's a 20k column right there.
Exactly right.
And it's not even an ultimate break. You can do it on like Limit Break 4, which is pretty insane. And considering the amount of ways Nova Grapplers have to unflip damage, yeah, it's good.
It's going to be really strong.
I think it'll be one of the dark horses of the meta, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But anyway, any lists you see in future, Kurt? Like, is there going to be more in this sort of style? Which clans are going to get hit?
I honestly just thought if anything was going to get hit, I could have seen Garmor from Gold Paladins being hit, because it's just such a consistent staple grade 3.
Well, for a
So
counterblast
I
2, you
wouldn't
can
be
drag it
surprised if that
any
we
grade
get into
2.
the future.
Otherwise, I think the Spectre Duke Dragon build has been topping, so maybe something from the ride chain there, like they did with Tsukiyomi. I mean, it's a different style ride chain, but it's always something to consider.
Yeah.
Do you like this idea of a van list?
I like the idea. I think some of the hits they actually did were pretty questionable.
A bit
If they were
unnecessary.
going to hit the Overlord at the end deck, I think actually hitting Vanilla Overlord might have been a smarter move, just so it loses that 13k base, but it still has that Persona pressure.
Persona pressure, yeah. I can understand that.
But I think hitting Tsukiyomi is very, very strange.
It's very unnecessary, I think. I mean,
And
it's
or at least
a
I think
good
they-
deck, but maybe even if they hit it, not to hit that much, or just Toms or something.
Yeah.
A bit.
To hit Ichi, it hit Godhawk.
Godhawk's a bit of a low blow.
Yeah, and hit him where it hurts.
Just in case, this is the list that they will email. They were apparently emailing out to the stores and stuff. And this is on the official Japanese Vanguard site, showing you the card rules. So no more than 2 of any of these cards in the same clan in a deck.
From January 1st, it's worth noting.
From January 1st. So I mean,
so get all those Overlord plays in as soon as you can, because it's not going to last long on official play.
and Barkle. Do you see Barkle getting unbanned as a starting Vanguard?
No,
No,
I just don't.
no one does. All right then.
Well,
I think that's about it. We
That's
will have a couple more videos being uploaded, probably closer to the weekend. I've got 2 boxes of set 9 coming here, so when I get them, hopefully they'll get here before Christmas. Otherwise, I can do a Christmas box opening for you guys. But I know Kurt's getting some on Friday, is it?
yeah, well, it's a plan.
Yeah.
Getting at least 1 box Friday. So,
Yeah, so our first box of set 9, we definitely will have a lot of deck lists up for you, because I think we're building at least 4 decks.
Well, you've got Glory Maelstrom.
I've got Glory Maelstrom. I want to build a Chrome Jailer sort of build. AJ's building the Gold Paladins, the Platinasal. Lawrence is doing something with his life, not sure what. Kurt's building the CEO. We're building the Murakumo deck, Shirayuki
So that's
build.
5.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's gonna be fun. I mean, we'll do some deck lists for you. Narukami as well, just because we can. Possibly Nova Grapplers, because we want to see how that deck plays out. And yeah.
So yeah.
Anyway, this has been a quick, not so quick discussion. Just trying to keep you guys in the loop. A lot of people don't know about these new rules that are coming into effect. So yeah. Anyway, until next time, sayonara from Kurt and I. And we will talk to you at a later date. See you guys.